Welcome back to our channel, and thank you all for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so, and we shall continue to bring you the latest news as they come. And together we can work with our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality. He said. The Serikin Fulani of Imo State, 噚ΟΥΖΟΔΙMMA, have refused to pay Biafran widows who are engaged in street cleaning. He has not paid them for months. He hasn't. And the reason is because they are supporting IPOB and they are not supporting Fulani Janjaweed. He has refused to pay these widows. He has refused because they refuse to follow him to support the Fulani Janjaweed. These are widows whose husbands and children lives were cut short by the Fulani Nigerian government and the Nigerian security operatives. Instead, they are busy arresting Biafrans trying to sympathize with them. My brothers and my sisters, a correspondence with one of the Nigerian newspapers in Imo State, 噚ΟΥΤՐΙΤΗ was on Monday brutalized by the government house security and some policemen attached to Owerri Capital Development Authority for interviewing some of the widowed street cleaners protesting the non-payment of their stipends. Because the journalist was sympathizing with the widows whose salary have not been paid for months, the Nigerian Fulani police started brutalizing him. You know, the widow had converged at the gate of Imo Government House in Owerri to demand the payment of their salaries. The Chief of Staff of Imo State Government, Nnamdi Anyehie, ran into the protesting women in front of the Government House gate and promised them their payment would be effected on Monday. He assured them that their government is a listening government, a government of Serikin Fulani 噚ΟΥΖΟΔΙMMA, who is hell-bent on Fulanizing Biafra land. The women took the deputy governor's word. They took it with trust. But instead of listening to them, 噚ΟΥΖΟΔIMMA sent the police to chase the widow street cleaners away. And that was when the journalist, the Biafran journalist, 噚ΟΥΤΡΙΤΗ intervened and accosted the women in order to interview them on the latest developments. And that was when the Fulani policemen, they stormed on him and asked him who gave him the authority to be talking to the widow protesting the non-payment of their salaries. They told the journalists that the CSO did not listen to him either. That the CSO, that's the Chief Security Officer, would not listen to him. Imagine the Chief Security Officer of Imo State. He's a Fulani. His name is CSP Shaba Adamu. You see the extent which Serikin Fulani of Imo State can go. in order to please the Fulani Janjaweed. You know, the CSO, the Fulani Adamu, deleted all the videos and pictures on the journalist's phone before freeing him, after they had brutalized him. Okama, who appeared rough and distraught, said he was able to get out of the brutality by God's intervention because the CSO, the Fulani CSO, has ordered that they should eliminate him. But God intervened as he could be tagged as unknown gunmen, because that was what the CSO said they should tag him after killing him. But God saved him. They confiscated his gadget and attempted to shoot him if he dared say any word. After beating the Biafran journalists, they drove him out of the office of the governor. They drove him out. His offense was sympathizing with the widowed Biafran women who are engaged in street cleaning instead of being a nuisance to the society, and the government who promised to be paying them stipends. How much is the money? How much is the money? They have not paid them for months. And they are the same government that invited the Nigerian Fulani security operatives into Imo State to shoot their husbands, to shoot their children. And now they lost all their breadwinners. And the Nigerian government is happy. And the Serikin Fulani is refusing to pay them. And the one that has come to help them, to tell their story to the world, they brutalized him, they threatened to shoot him, and they drove him out of office. They drove him out of the office. After the CSO, a Fulani, Shaba Adamu, asked them to shoot him and label him unknown gunmen. But God intervened. The police were wielding rifles, then with thugs that were hired, by 噚ΟΥΖΟΔΙMMA. They started cocking their guns, trying to shoot the protesting women as well. That was what happened. My brothers and my sisters, what they did was wrong. What they did was wrong. They treated the Biafran women, the widows, and the journalists, they treated them like common criminals. And that is what the Fulani Chief Security Officer of 噚ΟΥΖΟΔIMMA did. That was what he did. When the CSO, the Fulani Janjaweed, Adamu, cited the Biafran journalist, he said, I thought to have been detained instead of bringing him to me. That is, he thought they should have detained the Biafran journalist and eliminated him instead of bringing him to him. Then he requested to know who gave the journalist the permission to cover the protest. And the Biafran journalist told the Fulani CSO that he is a journalist and he has a constitutional right to cover the protests. And that was when they ordered him to delete all the videos at gunpoint. They pointed the gun on his head and they boasted that they would waste him and label him unknown gunman. They later gave him 5,000 naira to use and treat himself, which he collected at gunpoint and warned him not to ever repeat it again, and that he should thank his stars. He should thank his stars that he was not murdered. My brothers and my sisters, this is what the Fulani, Serikim Fulani of Imo State, 噚ΙΜΟ and his gang of Efulefu politicians are doing in Biafra land. You know, according to IPOB, they said the Southeast governors and leaders are too small to stop Biafran freedom. They said that they are political generals without full soldiers. But Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate slaves, they are all Fulani Caliphate slaves. The Southeast governors, Ohaneze Igbo, and a handful of traitors masquerading as Igbo political elites should make, they should wake to reality that they have since lost the confidence of Biafrans, who now support IPOB 100%. They support IPOB and not these Janjaweed slave governors and traitors. The former Nigerian Aviation Minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, blasted terrorist Sheikh Gumi for saying that the terrorist Fulani bandits are victims. Fani-Kayode said that the terrorist Gumi is a heartless defender of child abductors and cold-blooded killers. Instead of the Fulani Nigerian government to arrest terrorist Gumi, who makes such statements, such wicked statements, with boldness, rather they are supporting him and going after freedom fighters and Biafrans. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. Thank you for supporting this channel. Please watch out for the next, and bye-bye for now.